a Zealot can 2-shot a Ling, a Stalker can 3-shot. And look at that, there is a wall of Spine Crawlers, but more importantly, Ace does have the counter to this build, because until you get Colossus or High Templars, you're not going to be able to deal with this. But because the Spine Crawlers have a range of 7, the Stalkers have a range of 6. But he is getting a Robo Spade. He's getting weapons 3. My goodness. So this army is going to be very, very weak on the defense, but they're going to pack a huge punch. And where is that Robo Bay? I saw the Robo Bay being made, and he has... Where's that Robo facility? There goes the Robo facility. He's making a Stalker. Look for him to get Thermal Lance. And the real advantage of this build is the Siege Tanks, the Zerg version of Siege Tanks, the 7-range Spine Crawlers. But with a Colossus with a range of 9, that advantage is completely negated. And Ice is holding his own. Looking on the Armies tab, he is much, much smaller, but because remember, the Armies tab doesn't show these queens, and he has 8 queens. But, I don't know, man. Ice can't really push in because he doesn't have the creep support. And if he's going to be able to let Ace build up a critical number of Colossus, this is going to spell a lot of trouble. What Ice needs is Ultralisk, because Ultralisk is going to tear this Stalker army apart. But I don't know, with 3 attack being on the way and Thermal Lance, this actually might be really, really bad, even if he does go to Ultras. He has Hive on the way, so Ice is probably listening to this cast. Well, obviously not, because this is such an old game. But Ice is responding properly. He is getting a Hydra Den. He has the Groove Spines for the Hydras, but again, with Colossus on the map, the Hydras is not going to do very, very much. So, I don't know. Until he can get those Ultralisks out, this is going to be pretty bad news. This Overseer is giving his life for the Swarm, and I don't know. I guess maybe Ice is microing so hard, he should have just dropped a chain thing and run it in. But looking at the army size, it is 6,000 and 3,000 gas roughly to 2,000 mineral army. I know there are queens here. There are 8 queens with full energy. I don't think Ice is making any more queens. Yeah, he's stopped queen production. He has 4 hatcheries. This queen is on, like, I don't know, it's like on ER duty, just spawning lava as soon as possible. Looking at the amount spent, looking at economy, Ice has spent almost double the income of Ace, but Ace still has the superior army, even though he has spent so much on economy. And on army size, actually, if you look, Ace has spent 11,000 on economy. So I don't know. Even though Ice has the superior economy, look at that, 2,000 over 1,003. He's just not making good use of it because it's just such a poor army composition. And actually, if this army was able to march down here to the gold and push it into the natural, Ice is going to be in a lot of trouble. Ice was actually trying to bait this army into moving into here and then swinging into the natural, because there are no cannons. Actually, a lot of Zerglings running into the main base is going to do huge amount of economic harass, but I don't know. Ice is trying to go for the run by once again, but this army is responding in kind. There's an observer here, and there's, just look at that. Look at this building placement. There is no choke here. This is the one entrance into the Protoss base, and actually I would like to see him warp in one Zealot just to choke it out, just like you would in the early game. Remember, Day9 was always talking about how good players would use buildings to constrict space, and there's such a good constriction of space right here. But look at here, it looks like Ace is going to push in. Ice has 12 Ultras on the way. There are 6 Ultras here in 8, and this Ultras doesn't even get to be bored. He's going to fall, and all these 6 Ultras in these 8 are going to fall. This is such bad news. There's actually no upgrades for these Lings. These Lings cannot go in. They have 1 armor, and that is it. All the Lings are going to be sacrificed. There are, wow, he even has Blink. He blinks his thing, and these Colossus with 3 attack are going to roast these Lings alive. All 6 Ultralisks in the eggs go down. These Ultralisks, there are 5 more Ultralisks coming up in the base, but it's going to be too little too late. He has no upgrades. These Ultralisks are going to be, well, yeah, they are spawning, but they have no backup at all. And all the Lings go down, and this is going to be GG. Looking at the army stats, 7,500 versus 700, and he is healing the Ultras as much as possible. All the queens get roasted alive. Isn't that an awesome animation for queens? And this has to be GG. And Ice turns the BM and leaves about a GG. But what a wonky build, man. Like, I don't think I have seen even a Korean pro gamer win with this build. It's just a cute little build. You go all mineral army. I would fault Ice because not getting any upgrades because there was this critical battle right here. There was some good force field by Ace, able to cut off the support of the queens, but the queens were doing a lot of hits in, but they weren't really able to kill anything because they didn't have that one. They didn't have that upgrade. They needed missiles 1, they needed missiles 2. The Lings need melee 1, they need melee 2, and yeah, I mean, when you have that much minerals, when you have 3 base and you don't get any upgrades, even when you go Ultralisk, let's say this push right here was delayed by a minute. Ice got all 12 Ultralisks out, and he was able to engage in the best possible spot. Let's say the Protoss army was here, and Ice was able to get a beautiful concave off. It's not going to do anything. All the Ultralisks would have died because there would have been Blink Micro from the Stalkers, and they have weapons 3. They do 17 damage to Ultralisk. These Colossus do 21 damage. Times 2, they do 42 damage. And Ultras without any upgrades, I don't even think he had chitinous plating. He doesn't even have chitinous plating. So the Ultras only have 1 armor. But yeah, but what a game. I'm really amused by Ice. People have been telling me Ice has actually disappeared again, so I don't know. Maybe he's playing on the European service, maybe he's playing on the US service. I don't know where Ice is, but Ice is going to BlizzCon. BlizzCon is at the end of October. I know he's training hard. I know Red Archon has also stopped playing ladder. I think he's also training on other servers. And look for these 2 C players to make a big splash on the world stage. And I cannot wait. And so that's going to be all for me. This is HD Phoenix, signing out.